Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about DS discoveries, or I guess obscure third-party DS games that I've gotten recently. The DS is a very interesting platform. It was extremely popular, but also due to the DS's relative lack of power compared to the competition, it was very easy to develop. It seemed to be very easy to develop for, and due to the DS's capabilities that were pretty new at the time, like the touchscreen and the dual screens, developers had a lot of ideas, and unlike the Wii, it was very simple to implement these ideas seamlessly with the touch control because it was such an innate thing. And before smartphones, you got a lot of DS games that were very simple, like you would see like an app. I don't know if that made sense. I'm kind of tired right now, but the way I see it is that in the DS era, a lot of these games are very simple because the DS didn't really require a huge amount of commitment or a huge story. Like it was very much like the Game Boy, where the games didn't have to be the meatiest thing ever if they had like a solid, simple hook. And some of the games that I've got recently, I'm gonna pull out these two. These two are falling block puzzle games. There's so many on DS. There's even more that I'm looking into, but these are interesting ones. Squishy Tank is pretty nostalgic. I remember renting this game back when that was a thing. It's just a normal, I don't know how to describe this type of game. I guess it's not Bejeweled. There's like some type of game like this. I guess like matching color blocks, that kind of thing with the stylus. The memorable thing about this game is that the cutscenes are pretty cute. It's like these like little tank guys, and they're in war. They explode a lot. It's fun. It's not the best game in the world, but it's nostalgic, so I picked it up. Another game that's similar is Dropcast. Now, this game's cover is awesome. The art's okay, but the shininess, oh mama, that's pretty shiny. Yeah, it's a falling block puzzle game. I've not played this. Like, I played it for like 5 seconds. It seems like there's a little bit of a extra added thing to this, with like spells or something, or skills. I don't know. This is published by THQ. Yeah, just another falling puzzle game. I just think the aesthetics of this one was made worth picking up. Didn't buy it outward. I just found it randomly. Oh, I'm not going to be talking about electroplankton in this video. I talked about that in a video I did like a week ago. It was originally going to be part of this video, but I cut it out. Another game that's kind of similar to that vein is Mr. Driller Drill Spirits. Now, as you see with the colorful blocks, it is the same idea. Oh, I didn't look at the manuals. I think these manuals aren't too special. Yeah, they're just black and white. Let's see Squish Tanks. Oh, this one's in color. This one's a little okay. Get a little better feel for the game's art. It's very chibi-esque. Sorry, I was just going on a tangent. I forgot. What's up? There are like realistic tanks in the game too, that are like experienced or something. It's a trip. No, but Mr. Driller Drill Spirits is close to the DS launch title. The art is very appealing on the front. I just love the Mr. Driller art style. It's super cute. But this game, it's like one of those other falling block, colorful block games, but you actually control a character that walks around on the field instead of just tapping on them or having a cursor, which is a cool added twist. I'm given air meter, so you don't want to get crushed. That's the thing. So it's a cool twist on that idea. This version in particular, I've heard, isn't the best, but it's Mr. Driller, so you can't really go wrong. There's this. I also got the Game Boy Color game. I imported that. It's coming to my house soon. I also have the Switch one. I've been kind of trying to get most of the cheaper Mr. Driller games, but the Switch one is very good. See the manual? I like the DS one a lot on its own because it has all the physical branding stuff. Look at them. Kind of gives me a Dora vibe, but don't tell anyone that. The last Mr. Driller game was original Mr. Driller game was like fully featured. This is like the last one, I think. There was the GameCube one, Drill Land, the one that got remade. That one is definitely like the most featureful, and I think it did bad financially. It never came to America until the remake. Yeah, it's more the same in this manual. The same character stills. It's a nice little bit. I love the little swoosh. On the back is Ridge Racer DS, the famous game that everyone loves, like Ogre Battle 64. There's a Dig Dug game that also has similar art to this, and I feel like the team that made it was probably the same. I definitely want to pick that one up. A similar vein to this one. It's just like a cool little thing to have. The next two games are games that are about using the DS's wireless communication, or like drawing, I guess. These are like drawing games. I'll talk about this one. This one is so stupid. Basically, you watch something being drawn, and then you have to guess what it is. That's it. That's the entire game. It's so stupid, but there's 3,000 puzzles. The art on the cover is very cute. But, like, the fact that they released something like this in what year? 2006? Like, that's that's so baffling. Like, I could see, like, an NES game being like this. Like, Color a Dinosaur. That one's pushing it. But, like, sure, it's on the NES. But, like, DS in 2006? Like, it's like, there's not even a Pictionary mode. Like, what? Maybe I think there might be a Pictionary mode. But, like, it's so stupid. Like, whose idea was this, man? I don't know. Not that I'm, like, mad or anything. I don't know why you'd get mad at a game like this, but this is, like, barely even a video game. The manual, sadly, isn't in color. Great new games available now. Keep that in mind if you want to get Hulk for the DS. I think there's a 3DS version of that game as well. Like, Sega had, like, the rights to, like, Marvel games. Like, I know there's a few. There's one for Xbox. Now, a game with the same concept that's way, way, way better is LOL. Never Party Alone. Now, one thing I absolutely adore about this game right off the... Oh, shit. Was that there before? I think I might have punctured a hole in this. Whatever. One thing I love about this game is that it advertises the fact... If this will ever focus... You can see it from far away. It advertises the fact that this game has no single player on the box. Like, it's a selling point, and I love that. That's amazing. This game is so confident. Like, this game's style is wonderful. Like, look at these guys. They're absolutely ballin'. The spine, too, is very cool. I'll show the spines of the other games. This one, the logo is really small. It's kind of strange. And Picto image is just kind of normal. But... in this game, basically, you and your friends go into a PictoChat-like room, and one of them makes a challenge, and everyone has to do it right. Kind of like a Jackbox Party Pack kind of thing. And it's awesome, because the game's design and all the art assets sort of incentivize you to make, like, really weird challenges, and it's very fun. LOL, if this game's boring, you're boring. It's just so... It knows what it is, you know? Like, it knows that this game is kind of a weird experiment, whatever. It retailed for $20. Age Tech published it. Those guys usually publish a lot of weird things. Like, they made a bike for the Wii that acts as a controller. And they made another DS game coming up. But it's just very strange, and I like it. It was developed by Skip and Route24, which is basically just, like, one person from Skip's own team. And this is the only game by them that Nintendo did not publish. I love Skip. This is the only game by them I own physically. I have played Chibi-Robo. The next game, also by Namco, as with Mr. Driller, is Pac-Pix. This is a game where you draw Pac-Man, and that's the gimmick. You go around. A very experimental game. I'd say it's okay. The drawing doesn't work always, which I think kills it. Pack and roll on the back. I kind of want to try that out. Very strange. The manual is weird. It's a completely different. It's a different style than the back of the box. It's like, yeah, it's just that pattern. Teaching how to draw Pac-Man. Yeah, the character art looks kind of like the Ghostly Adventures in a way. Or like one of the. They had like a poll, I remember a long time ago, for the Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventures, what art style they're going to choose, and like the worst one by far won. It was like this CGI weird thing. I want to try those games. They're on Wii U. There's 2 or 3 of them. Another DS game about touching is Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. Now, this is, I think, the last Monkey Ball game made by the original team, or Amusement Vision, I suppose. I think. And they might have not made this, I'm not sure. But this is a Monkey Ball game, sort of a follow-up to Monkey Ball Jr. and Game Boy Advance. It's a bit of a compromise experience. It's not, it's mostly has 2D sprites, but these 2D sprites actually look really nice, which is what I noticed about this game. The presentation, unlike the other Monkey Ball games, is very good. I love how simple everything is. The original Monkey Ball games have a charm and their low poly 3D aesthetic. Or I guess not even low poly, just like low grade CGI. It seems like they just didn't work out that well. But this game has a nice flat aesthetic. Got the Nintendo Power ad. And the manual. This is a Sega manual, so it's going to be black and white. Even though the art is probably going to be cool. You see the monkeys. Love monkeys. My favorite is I, but I know that's contentious. Because he's the normal one, but he's very good. Baby is a close second. Oh, Big Punch. I think there are mini games in this one, like the other Monkey Ball games. Oh, I should have mentioned, you control this entire game using the touchscreen. It works okay. Obviously, there's no substitute for an analog stick, but it's better than a D-pad, which the Monkey Ball Jr. game used. I like this. Baby getting some snacks. I would love to just find the official art for this game somewhere in full quality. On the manual, I don't think it does it justice. Yeah, Sonic Rush. They're not advertising the amazing Hulk game for the DS. Which is a shame, because I love Hulk for the DS. Okay, 2 more games. This is Wireway by Konami. This is another touch game experiment. It's fine. Basically, it's like a game all about the mechanic of sort of making trampolines with the stylus, kind of like that Mario 64 DS minigame if you played that. It's fine. There's a lot of story, and I don't think these characters are particularly interesting. I like the art. The art's okay. I don't know, it's an experimental title. Not as good as Ant Nation. Gotta try out Ant Nation. Manual's in black and white. It's in multiple languages, which is strange. This one's okay. I thought the cover looked pretty cute, so I checked it out. But it's whatever. And the final game is Cookie and Cream. Now, this is a port of a PlayStation 2 game, a multiplayer game, where the gimmick was that both people used one controller. So there's this weird disconnect where the 2 characters have to help each other out while you're tethered together. It's very cool. This game, sadly, does not have that. Instead, the substitute is the touchscreen. Why do these all have dents in them? Did I, by mistake, drop these or something? Okay. Instead of having a second player play the game, they do little mini games on the touchscreen. And it's okay. It's a fine substitute, gameplay-wise, but it's just not as unique. I can think of a few other games that use an approach like that, like Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story or Dream Team. You have the stylus stuff where you affect Luigi or whatever. It's very similar to this game. I know that came after, but it's a shame because the game is okay. I like it. I want to try out the PS2 version. I'm devastated that there's a hole in the... Wait, is it the hole in the same place? I know no one cares about this except for me, but I gotta know what happened. I do drop this shit. Oh my god, why is there a hole? Oh, I think that sucks. Whatever. Why do I care so much? The manual is in color. That's good. I love the simple art of the characters. The box art to the PS2 game is probably my favorite out of the 4 releases, because they have 2 PS2 ones and 2 DS ones. Different box arts. There's a time element in the game where you have to beat the clock. I like that a lot. That guy. This is a good game. Pretty underrated. I remember hearing about the PS2 game, and I was curious about this version, and it didn't work out completely. It's not perfect. It's still good. And those are the obscure, weird DS games I have. A lot of okay stuff. A few great games, like Mr. Driller is great. I really like LOL, but it wasn't as fruitful as I thought it would be. A lot of these games are just okay, or touch experiments. One thing that I do give a lot of these games credit for is appealing box art. This is the era where so many games had awesome box art. Like, you'd think that the box art crate, where like the 3D era would have completely gotten rid of the cool box art. But on the DS, the 3D models looked really bad, so they made original art. And a lot of it, I can't hold it up because I only have 2 hands, but a lot of it looks awesome. And it convinced me to buy almost all of these games. Like, yeah. I'm a sucker for good box art. So that's all. DS Discoveries.